What up? It's the Grandpa MC coming at you with another video. Like, subscribe, share, comment if you like. Tap in, get them notifications. I ain't never said that. It just sounded, I thought it sounded good. But anyway, alright, so this video gonna be about another subject that I've gone over a couple of times, but it was an incident, so I want to speak on it. Alright, so Golden State. This video about Draymond Green, by the way. Golden State had a game last night. They went in like the third quarter. Steve Kerr called a timeout. Him and Draymond Green going back and forth against each other. I mean, going back and forth with each other, like they have done numerous times. A couple of times, almost came to fisticuffs. So, looked like the timeout was kind of like wrapping up. And Draymond Green gets off the bench and goes to the locker room. And then come back. That ain't what I want to speak on. After the game, they're talking to the press. Steve Kerr. They asking Steve Kerr about it. Steve Kerr gives his take on it, which is, well, we had an argument and he didn't come back and we just got to keep this in-house and all this other stuff. And that, you know, the press, you know, went in on him again, trying to get something. And Steve Kerr stayed, you know. So then, you know, I saw Draymond Green getting interviewed, and then Draymond Green is basically saying these things happen. We've been together a long time, you know, nothing to see here. Also, he was basically saying he runs the offense, and that's the root of the problem. That's the root of the problem here, man. You know, Draymond Green could have been a respected role player when he first came into the NBA. And he was. First 2-3 years, I think he was a respectable role player. But in the midst of them recruiting Kevin Durant, his insecurity kicked in, and it's kept growing and growing and growing, because he knows internally, don't nobody have to tell him, he knows it internally. He's a basketball player. He knows the game. He knows he ain't worth the paper that he's being paid. But he ain't gonna let that meal ticket get too far away from his sight. And I've said this before, and it is showing itself the longer it goes, just like with LeBron. Golden State Warriors are the weakest minded team that I've ever seen that won a championship. Weakest minded team, starting from the coach. But before I get to Steve Kerr, the management. Let's rewind a little bit and go back to when Joe Lacob bought the Golden State Warriors. He was out there with Chris Mullin. Got booed because Golden State it was a long time between when they first won the title in the 70s. I think that's when they won the title back when Rick Barry was playing. So Golden State Warriors fans were you know, basically done. They went through the Tim Hardaway, Terrell Sprewell, Chris Mullin, Chris Weber. I just want to mention B.J. Armstrong was on it. Let me stop, man. So they were just fed up, so they booed him. I believe that stayed in his mind because ever since the 2000s, the 2010s, specifically 2015, I believe that he and the Golden State organization did not want to get back in a position like they were when they first got bought. So they've been doggedly holding on to the Golden State team that burst up on the scene, changed the game with the three-pointers. Steph Curry was the darling of the NBA. Draymond Green was a scrappy sidekick. Had the Splash Brother era. Klay Thompson, and I want to get to that too. I hope I get to it, but anyway, they just don't want to let them times go. And a lot of people forget it wasn't the Splash Brothers that made that team. It was the front court that made that team. Because they were doing the dirty work, and notably, Bogut was the control tower of that team. He was directing the offense. He was the playmaker. He would go into the post, he would kick it out. Somebody would cut, he'd hit him. Like, that's how it was. It wasn't Draymond Green handling the ball and controlling the offense. That developed. They went to the well way too many times on that. So now you got Steve Kerr that's been with the team all through this time, and his stance he's gotten weaker and weaker as the years have gone, because he doesn't want to lose his spot. And that's what it's about in the NBA now, holding on to that spot, even if you know it's not right. But anyway, so they've been holding on, and then in the course of that, they've been empowering Draymond to be more hands-on, or his mouth on, meaning opinions and thoughts. He's been the cause of them not being able to build another team around Steph Curry. Klay Thompson didn't have to leave. He might have had to be reduced, but he didn't have to leave. But again, I think Klay Thompson's problem is more mental than anything. But I mean, I may be wrong on that. So anyway. So now you got the coach that can't reel in Draymond Green. Draymond's able to say, act out, do whatever he wants to do, and Steve Kerr has to sit up there and support it. He's got kicked out of more games now than anybody else I can remember, as far as like intentionally trying to get kicked out. And Steph Curry is, I like what you do. I like it. Well, I don't like all that shimmying bull junk. But outside of that, dead-eye shooter, one of the best in the game, possibly the best. But he's weak-minded too. Everybody knows, my channel ain't about the gossip shit, but everybody's heard about what's going on with him. Everybody's seen his better half out there talking. That's got to be a lot. Then on top of that, you've let a cancer metastasize and spread throughout the team. It was just like in one section. Now it's all over the team. The team ain't worth a quarter. They got Jimmy Butler on there. Jimmy Butler on his last legs, and he taking money too, because he don't want to play until it's playoff time. Hey, dude, you might have to, think back when you was in the Chicago Bulls jersey, when you had to hustle for your points. You might need to get back on that to even get this team competitive. Because outside of Jimmy Butler, what else you got? I mean, like, they didn't really put the clamps on Kuminga. They don't want him. That's another, like, they've ruined more players than they've made. And a lot of people forget Andre Iguodala was the factor. Another factor outside of Draymond Green. Andre Iguodala was the factor. Now, he broke down. He was just holding on the last couple of years, and they sent him away for a couple of times for him to get paid. So he got paid. And it didn't work out because he ain't a player that's gonna lead your team like that. He can assist your team, but he's not leading your team like that. They got rid of David West. That's another one. David West. He was able to keep. I'm pretty sure able to keep Draymond in check. Because again, Draymond, he knows who to mess with and who not to. So this situation up in Golden State is not going to end well for Steph Curry. If I was him, if I was him, I'd go to management and say, look, I only got maybe one more, possibly two more years left. So let's get a team around here. I could put a team around Steph Curry that'd get him right. Give him some big men. Give him let's see. They talking about Giannis. I don't think that would work. I think honestly, what's old boy name in Sacramento? Domantas Sabonis would be perfect for that team. Domantas Sabonis. Possibly get DeRozan. Don't get Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, he's so don't get him. Get DeRozan. A couple of more front court players, especially. Get somebody that that can handle business. Power forward and small forward. And just fill out the bench with, whatever else you need. But he needs a big man so he can run around and the big man can find him. And Sabonis would be perfect for that. But, what do I know? But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. This is a long one. I had a lot on my head. Grandpa out.